If you guys would like cheap FIFA 16 Ultimate Team coins or PlayStation and Xbox codes, check out IG Vault, link in the description. Of course, do not forget to use the discount code in the description for 5% off. Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here. Welcome to episode number 30 of my Manchester United FIFA 16 Career Mode series. Today we get a great youth goalkeeper through our Spanish scout report. Minimum potential of 80. His overall's looking pretty good already. Could be a future David De Gea, obviously being Spanish. And there's a few other guys here. Pablo Ramos and also Ricardo Pastore. Very good potentials. And yeah, we just keep getting through these guys. And Spain is probably one of the best countries to scout. Basically, how good the country is, the better youth players you'll get through. Also, this is a really big episode. You can tell by the episode length. We're going to play a game against Everton today, who are currently top, the only team to win every single game they've played so far in the league. And also, apart from that, there's just a lot of transfers going on. And towards the end of the episode, we will end the transfer window. It will be deadline day, and there will be some action. A lot of transfers going on. But here, yes, Morgan Schneiderlin for 28.5 million to Valencia. There were some people that thought that was unrealistic. A lot of people actually like Schneiderlin. I didn't know how much people actually liked him because he's like 83. I thought we got Daley Blinn still there, same kind of position. And I think we had one too many of those types and we didn't really need him for the money we got. That money is much more valuable and we can go for more of a match winner in centre midfield. Maybe a Pogba type, but we'll see if that goes through or not, if we'll go for him. But here we're going to accept the offer. 4.3 million for Federico Mattiello, another backup for the fullback positions. You know, he can play left back and right back, and you're going to see he's got some very nice attributes. I will show you right now. You can see he's 75 overall. I think that's pretty good considering he's only 21 years old, like for the price we got him for. Really, really good. Going to add to the rotations. And you can see where he fits into the squad there. Definitely not ahead of De Chilio, but he will be rotating. And you can see De Chilio, he's probably slightly better. Well, he is slightly better, but you can see they're very similar in the player stats, the player information, like similar weak foot, everything like that, the position they play and their height. He's not so fast, even he's pretty weak as well. 55 strength, but look at his skill attributes. This is where he shines. Even look, 77 shot power and long shots, then the very good tackling for his age, 81 and 79. So yeah, strong tackling stats. But then he's got a lot of stats in the 70s and high 70s as well, like the ball control, crossing, curve, and get the balls in like that and take long shots, as I mentioned. So leave your thoughts on his signing. I reckon he would be an amazing signing for a mid-table team if you can sign him in the second season, because he is, of course, out on loan in the first season. But now you can see our transfer budget, and we basically have the perfect transfer budget right now to go for one big player, just one more signing, but making it a huge signing. That could basically be the difference from us winning the league and Champions League this season. So I'm checking out my players, or more so the positions. What position do I need to improve? I already improved the defenders. And you look at our attacking players, we've got quite a few wingers. Look, even Juan Mata, who dominated last season. Juan Mata's not even getting in the first team. Schweinsteiger, I was looking there, he was injury prone, so maybe he won't play the whole season. I'm just thinking of all circumstances that could happen. So I thought centre mid, and also with Rooney and Schweinsteiger aging, this guy would be the perfect replacement initially just for Schneiderlin, but then once Rooney and Schweinsteiger get a bit older and retire themselves or just become not good enough. So we're just going to go with a big offer. And I was realizing I wasn't getting offers for Romero, so I thought we'll put him in the deal. Could be a good backup for Juve if they would need a backup goalkeeper. And yeah, you can see there the signings, the biggest deals. Verratti moved to Atletico Madrid, even Ozil to PSG. What do you think of those signings? You may think those are unrealistic as well, but that does happen in career mode after a few seasons. Deals get made, and that's the point of career mode, to make transfers, which I like to do personally, to change up the team. And it's fun playing with these guys. So I'd love to sign Pogba. He'll be amazing to use. Along with my other new signings, like Ibra, don't forget, Andre Carrillo, wasn't it? on a free transfer or pre-contract, both him and Ibra, Carrillo with the 5-star skills. Unfortunately, the first offer there with Pogba wasn't going to be accepted. So eventually, we do take Romero out of the deal. I'm not sure what we're going to do with him because no one seems interested in him at all. And basically, the real players I'm scouting is, again, for more pre-contracts. And look at that. Juve say they want 96.5 million. And unfortunately, we can't do that. But if you look before, they didn't want that much before. Usually, or sometimes, especially big players, they come back with a bigger offer than they really would accept. So we'll go put 64 million and no Romero in the deal. Should go close to getting accepted, I think, because that was higher than the minimum that the chief executive said before. And again, they're sticking to their guns, but I have a feeling we can just put another offer in there. I was changed up a little bit. Here, actually, I kind of stuffed up a little bit. I just couldn't select it for whatever reason. I wasn't sure what I was doing. So yeah, when I chose it, see, it keeps going back to 64, but then eventually I just put the 75 like that, and then to 68. Just to be a bit funny, I put it on 69 million. Imagine if that got accepted. 69 million for Paul Pogba. Will it get accepted here? We're going close, surely. No, it's unacceptable. Once again, Juve. They're still, again, they're demanding that 96.5, but we'll put 72 million. I have a feeling that is a lot of money, and that's basically as much as we can spend. We can't spend much more than that, and it finally gets accepted. One of the most exciting transfer kind of negotiations you'll ever have there. Usually, you will just keep doing it, but the build-up there was very interesting. Wants 190k. We've got all that money. We're just going to give him what he wants, and then we have Pogba back at Manchester United, where he belongs, where he started at, and in my belief, he should have never left. And I'm also, I would have loved to see him grow at Manchester United and, yeah, become the player he would have. I most definitely think he would still become how good he is today, but he could have even got better if that's possible. He's an absolute superstar. But yeah, we got Everton game, and I suppose, yeah, this is a situation where we lost Schneiderlin now, or we sold him. We didn't lose him. We sold him, and we haven't got our replacement yet. We haven't got Pogba to replace. So if it is really going to affect us, if he is important, as people would suggest, yeah, this will be a struggling game for us where we're playing against the best team in the league so far this season, the only team to win the first 3 games. So you see the first half didn't create too much, but we didn't concede too many chances. So the defensive side of things, we've been okay in this game. And of course, if you missed it, Everton signed Harry Caine. I think I showed it in a previous episode, but just to update you, they did sign him. Maybe a late chance for us in the first half. There was only 1 minute of extra time, so I had to get going, and it was Zlatan Ibrahimovic. No one can stop him. He gets past Coleman, and he got past another there. I think it was John Stones, and Zlatan puts it home just before half-time. That's the difference between last season. Now we're going to have individual quality, just absolute world-class superstars. And you could almost put like a Rooney and Schweinsteiger into that now because they're starting this season at 88 overall. There's much different 86 overall, 88 and 88. And you look at Pogba as well. This is going to be multiple world-class players, really high-rated players we're going to have in the team, and they'll win games on moments like that. Just individual brilliance, pretty much. But here's Memphis. Ibrahimovic played across to Lacazette. Surely Lacazette? No. Ooh, couldn't even get it on target. That was a bit disappointing. Was in space as well. Just didn't hit it cleanly enough. Late chance here for Everton. It's Barkley. And now it's Harry Caine. Harry Caine, the big new signing. Harry Caine near post, and it's saved by David De Gea. We're making some changes here. And Herrera, Juan Mata, the 2 Spanish lads coming on, hopefully just to continue going on the game. Now it's been a solid performance. Ibrahimovic obviously took his goal well, and then we defended strongly for the most part of the game. And De Chilio's coming on. That's going to be kind of his role now. It's still early in the season, so lack of fitness is not really going to be noticed at the minute, but when we play more Champions League games, more Cup games, we will have to rotate a bit more. So again, that was a very strong defensive performance. Even De Gea as well always stepped up. But how about that Darmian? He knows there's a new signing of De Chilio, and he steps up there with an 8.2 rating as well. You can't see it too much with defenders, but he especially, he's so good at tackling, and I just want to praise him because you don't see too much of the defensive play. Would you like to see that a bit more if there's good plays of defense? Because obviously I showed a lot of highlights like goals and stuff and chances created, but you can see there Malaga show some interest in Phil Jones. I'm surprised. There'll be some interest for Phil Jones, but he hasn't really played for us. So if you can get a decent amount for him, again, maybe a younger... if I replace him, it will have to be with an English guy, though, so I will say that for sure. Antonio Crimi as well, our young, amazing scout of future star, Italian, will be part of the first team in the future. Judging off Azevedo, who's going towards the high 60s in this season, he could probably make an impact in the second half of next season, which is basically saying... I think Azevedo will make an impact second half of this season in some games. Also, Martial, I have him on keep possession. Last episode, I put him to be more creative, and some people thought that was funny because it's on keep possession, but he improved dribbling, ball control, and agility. Those are attributes that will improve his, creating chances for himself, which is a bit weird that it's on keep possession. But, yeah, those are what those attributes do. But... Paul Pogba, everything is going to accept now, and he's back home. He's back home to Manchester United. This is a good feeling. And yeah, some people will probably still think, again, that selling Schneiderlin is unrealistic and they're unhappy with it. Probably mostly Manchester United fans. But Paul Pogba, 88 overall. You have to say, if you're just being honest and not biased, Pogba is the far better player. Sure, Schneiderlin does a really good role in real life for his team, but especially Pogba in FIFA, he is amazing. He's that FIFA type of player, like strong, just beastly attributes. He starts at 86 as well, and he's got the 88 rating now, so improved 2 attributes, or 2 overall ratings in the past season. If he can do the same next season, or over the next season, he'll be sitting at a 90 overall, and he has no negatives to his game. Look, balance, is that one of his lowest attributes, 66, and the rest is all green. It's all green in the skill attributes. I think his finishing is actually one of his lowest, 71. But he's still got amazing long shot, got the 4-star skills, he's got high attacking work rate, and he's still actually really good defensively because he's so strong and beastly on the ball. He's a guy you don't want to come up against. Look at that, got the strength and distance shooter. He's just got everything. He's got everything, and when I signed him, I was just like so excited to get into the next game, which will be in the next episode. Only one game in this episode because so much going on, and you would have saw there, and you will see, we'll go back to it, that Neymar has now moved to PSG. So PSG making some moves. Obviously, they would already have a decent amount, but after selling Verratti to Atletico, they'll have even more. But now, that's what I mean, another move for Phil Jones. Newcastle United this time. They like our players. Phil Jones. They signed Rojo last season, and they made an offer for Marquinhos in the previous episode, and now Phil Jones. Then I saw they counted 22.5 million. We got to go and accept that for a player that was rarely playing for us. So exactly what I was going to say, I have to find an English replacement. I knew that 100% because people say sign English players. So if I replaced him with a guy that wasn't English, yeah, I think that would especially be a little bit unrealistic. And John Stones, probably the best English prospect in career mode, but this is the negative in career mode. It is in Football Manager like this, how you can make an offer. You can make an offer for a player basically if you don't have the money yet. If you're about to sell a player, you can make an offer, but you can't in FIFA career mode because I wanted to do it as soon as possible because there's time running out. I remember last year in FIFA 15 career mode, sometimes I'll run out of time and I'll get really frustrated that I missed out on a player, and I didn't want to do the same here, but the deal got accepted, so now I had a clear run to go for John Stones. He does have high attacking work rate though, which is a bit troubling because you want your defenders or your centre backs to obviously stay back, but with that as well, he could be another rotation potentially for the right back position, but we do want to be playing him at centre back, but also he could potentially be starting at right back as well. But you saw Darmian, he's been solid for us, but yeah, rotations will need to be had. So we're going to put Romero. Can we finally get rid of Romero? 9 million plus Romero for John Stones, and he's got really high potential, definitely more than Phil Jones does. Also, I didn't want to make the mistake. Some people say, yeah, maybe sometimes I'm bad at transfers, but here I'm going to be smart and make sure we put in an offer for another player. I like to do this. I feel like I'm personally pretty smart for doing this, like going for a backup. Like, this is a really smart thing to do. If you were stupid and had no idea what you're doing, you would just go for one. But you always got to have that backup. Well, I wouldn't say it's stupid if you do that. I reckon it's really recommended. It's recommended if you do that, especially with that amount of time left on deadline day, and you're already into it almost halfway. Go for it. Don't just go for 2 or even 3. But luckily for me, both are accepted, so no problems. We'll go with John Stones. Don't worry about Eric Dyer. But I feel as though you got to put a backup offer there in case one of them doesn't get accepted, the main man you want. But it's all going to be accepted now. Even with the contract, I will still offer Eric Dyer the contract, and I'll put John Stones, important first team player, not quite a crucial first team player. He will play a lot of games for us. It's just a question. Yeah, he's a pretty strong. He's not even 80 overall. Don't forget, Phil Jones was, 81? So he was a bit better, but yeah, John Stones is probably one of the best potential centre-backs in the game, and being English as well. So 5 hours. Can it be done? Then I was noticing they almost could both be accepted, but we don't really need both, and it'll be good to keep the money in the bank. So they both get accepted. We sold a cheap, low-rated player. John Stones, 78 overall. It's not like a world-class rating yet, but he's got potential, because obviously there was a lot of rumours for him signing Chelsea, Man City, Man United, all those big teams were after him in the pre-season in real life. So with Eric Dyer, we're just going to reject that. I was testing it. See, I could actually accept it, but I thought we'll save money, because I think it'll be better if we keep the money there for a pre-contract in January. There's some nice Bayern Munich players available, as you know, and I'll show you again. But John Stones, 78. I believe he starts at 77 overall, so just the +1 in the first season. So I feel this season of development, being 22 years old, will be very important for him. So I do want to play him in some games, and he may go ahead of, I don't know, Smalling is really good, but John Stones, he's going to, at the minute, he's going to be taking Damian's position just to get another starting English player, another starting English player for those people that want to see that. Obviously got Rooney in the team as well, and he can be important. He can be a really big player for us, depending how he develops. So what do you think about that signing? Obviously, yeah, replacing a player. And yeah, people have said I've made a lot of chances, but I feel that's what you need to do in career mode to get better. That's almost the point of career mode. If you want to kind of use the team they have in real life, I think there's a season mode that no one ever plays. I'm not sure how you go into it. It's in like some of the other offline modes, like when you play tournaments and stuff just for fun, not in career modes. You can just do a season and with no transfers or anything like that. And we did actually make the biggest move for the window. So what do you think about that? Pogba, more expensive than Neymar. Who would have you chosen? But they're two completely different style of players, so it's hard to compare. Here's another scout report, but yeah, you see we don't get really anyone of note this time. I don't get it every single time, but more often than not, when you've got 5-star U scouts, more often than not, you would get a really high potential player like that, maximum of 94. And our budget so far, I put a lot of it in the wage budget, because like I said, I'll wait till December and we'll go for those pre-contracts. Javi Martinez, if we maybe need another one of those defensive midfield types, but bring in Pogba, but he can play centre-back as well, Javi Martinez, just for that, backup, even though he's amazing. And then there's Robin as well, who could potentially be up for grabs, or Ribéry. Who would you go if you would just want to spend a lot of your budget? But we'll be getting a lot of money, hopefully anyway, through competition bonuses if we go far in the Champions League. Well, obviously, it will only be up to the group stages, because knockout stages start in February usually. But if we can go a good run in Capital One Cup or something, we'll have to see. To finish off this episode, you can take a look at our youth squad here and look at all the talents we have. So, yeah, I feel this is what I do in career mode. I hope you guys understand my kind of way. It's about making the team the best possible team in my way, and I think I'm doing that. I'm in both ways, signing good first-team players, and usually I like them to be younger as well, like with Lacazette, who some people, they thought I should have accepted the 66 million in the previous episodes, didn't I? I got 66 million for Lacazette from Tottenham, but I thought he was going to be important first team player. I don't want to be selling him to a team in the Premier League that could obviously pay us back sometime if we play against him. He's a beastly player. So yeah, I hope you like my transfers and everything I'm doing with my youth players. Looking pretty good for the future. Drop a like on the video if you'd like to see another later today, and I will see you guys in the very next one.